You're gonna punch me. Stan's gonna punch me.
It seems like he's gonna punch you.
Everybody's gonna punch me.
We're all gonna punch you. That's true.
I hate sand.
Why do you hate sand? That's not very nice.
It's punching me.
I think that maybe that one time that I came up to him and like I showed him a picture of him, right, and I ripped it in half. I think maybe that got to him.
To my mom.
Probably.
Wait, am I doing the intro?
Well, yeah, you're the host.
Oh,
hey, you're the host this time.
Hey, what's up?
Wow, that is an intro.
This is podcast. This is the podcast, the only podcast. And if you listen to any other podcast, they don't exist. They just don't.
No,
that's true. We get rid of the bears.
Okay,
dude,
yeah. We do.
That was the last time. We don't mention jokes from the other podcasts, or else we will die and become old.
Oh, that's true. We don't want to get old already.
We don't want to
get old. We don't want to get canceled.
Faded. I'm Henry, and yeah.
Yeah, that's Henry. And I'm the other person.
I don't know what their names are. I just met them.
You just met me yeah. Actually, this is the first time we've ever been in a Discord call together. And let me just say, it's only gone downhill.
Hi guys, so this is the first time meeting you guys. What's your name, Sand?
Yes.
I think it's Sand. Anyways.
Yeah.
So Henry, what is your topic today?
Your mom. No, that's not my topic. You got pranked, guys. My topic.
Dude, we do a little bit of trolling.
We do a little bit of trolling.
I'm sorry, Sand. I'm really sorry.
We do a little bit of trolling.
Okay, so my topic for today was it's the 3 L's of life.
Live, laugh, and laugh.
Laugh and learn.
It's life, love, and loss.
Life, love, and Levin. Like from like
John Lennon, dude. I hate John Lennon. Everybody who listens to the Beatles, please just leave.
No, don't do that. We need more audience. Please don't.
They hate the Beatles.
We hate Beatles fans. If you're a Beatle fan, I hope you die. I don't.
Jesus.
Aggressive. I hope you just stop.
I've never listened to the Beatles.
That moment when the Beatles shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Also, they're adding goats to Minecraft. I'm pretty excited.
Can we make cheese out of them?
Like out of their milk? You can't milk them.
Out of the actual goats? Oh yeah, by the way, we're
milk them.
In the background. We're gonna
say that. Guys, so the 3 L's of life. Do you please explain what you mean? Because I'm not sure.
So, life, love, and loss.
Okay.
Are you just stupid?
No, I just don't know understand what you mean by that. Because like,
can you clarify for the audience a little bit?
Like life, love, and loss are 3 very,
So we're going to be discussing
unique
each topics.
Ouchie.
As you do in a podcast.
Yeah, as we do in my mom.
As we do.
Gross.
All right, so let's talk about life. What?
So yeah, so Sand, how? Talk about your life a little bit.
Well, okay. Where do I start? From when I was like 13 and I was awkward, or
I guess as early as you can remember.
I was awkward.
As early as Minecraft.
As Minecraft.
Back when I was younger, when I was like I guess I could talk about when I was 13 and I had issues because I didn't understand how to fully function with a frontal lobe that just like didn't properly work.
I guess that counts, yeah.
Which is just a code for I have ADHD that just has affected my life for quite a long time. I've been living with it, not dealing with it. I feel like the best way way to confront any mental disorder if you have one is not that you're struggling to fight it. Like you're not fighting it, you're living with it. It's like a roommate almost.
Except the roommate doesn't pay rent, and he's an
Except
annoying
my
piece of shit.
roommate don't pay fucking rent and he needs to chill
Except
out.
your roommate's always inside of you. You know what I'm saying?
Except your
Smart.
roommate's always inside your house. And
No, it's inside of you.
That too.
your roommates is always inside of you and you can never get away from
He's a big Chungus enjoyer.
The
But
average Chungus enjoyer.
anyways, I guess I made some mistakes when I was younger, right? I mean, none that I'm gonna go over, like,
Mhm.
but I know that I made them, and I know that I'm better now because I
Good
never
man.
really understood I never really tackled my issues when I was younger. Like, I always ran away from my issues instead. Also, can you get AJ out of the party?
Well,
But you,
do you have
but you
your
know,
thing muted?
Well, he shouldn't have a mic plugged in considering he's using his for the podcast, right?
I have an idea. This is my idea.
but
What's your idea?
anyways,
Okay,
my
cool. Sorry, Stan, we keep
Henry, get a
interrupting you.
bed. Anyways,
Okay.
I just had issues with life. I've, you know, people have had rougher times than I have, obviously. And it was some of the hardest few years were my teenage years because I never really properly understood how to
To deal with said problems, right?
to deal with said problems. And so instead I searched for peace and like attention from other people because I wasn't getting that from my parents, and that's another story from another time. And nothing that happened to me like justifies some of the things that I did, and I understand that now because some of it was pretty shitty, and I understand that, but it wasn't like like as shitty as it could have been, right? Like I
Mhm.
didn't do anything out of pocket,
Out of
This-
car.
but like I understand that like if I get canceled on a platform, I already talked about it. I already apologized for it. I don't need to be sorry anymore, right? I've dealt with it for this long. I've been confronted with my past for this long, and I'm at a state where now that I'm older, I look back on it and I would change the past, but honestly, I'm glad that it happened because now I'm like 100%.
Awesome.
Stan
So
is fucking growing as a man, emotionally and just mentally and everything. That's a round
yeah,
of applause
because
right
like
there,
the
bro.
last
Sand already is a man, dude.
the last years of my fucking life have been just miserable because of my own self disinterest,
Oh,
and now it's
it's Sand.
better.
Are you still feeling that way?
No, dude. Today is a better day, right?
Just today.
Today, nowadays, I'm free of the guilt that I used to feel from having done this really stupid crap because I realized I was still young and I was still trying to learn how to properly do anything. And as I said, that does not excuse anything, right? But
Mhm.
I think that now that I look at it, it's much better. I am a much better person than I was, and I wish I could apologize to the people that I did hurt when I did. The friends that I had, and like the people that were affected by what I did, which I won't specify, but I mean I could specify. It was just really dumb, but I won't for intents and purposes. Keep people, from getting doxxed or something.
Doxed. We know where Henry lives. Doxed.
Well,
No,
what
but
I
yeah,
really mean is not doxed, but like to keep
just
certain people, to keep the people that I care about now from getting hurt by, things I did in the past, which were dumb. And please don't talk about it.
so you don't like scratch up an old wound or something or an old scar.
Yeah, I don't stir up an old wound because like the old wound's already done. It's already healed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm better. Let's focus on me being better now.
True.
Because
I think that's
I am better now. And that's what's important, is now I'm better than I was before, and it will continue to grow from the experiences that I have. And because the people that I know, they will continue to bring me forward in life.
Stan, you're gonna make me cry, bro.
Anyways, who wants to go next?
Arthur's turn.
I've been
Me.
talking for a while about myself, so.
Yeah, it's been a little while. I should probably keep a timer to see how long we're recording. We've been recording for like what, 15 minutes now?
No.
Probably like 10.
Like 5?
Really? 5? I don't feel like it.
You can
Okay.
see how long we've been recording. I guess we just talk for a while before our podcast, because
Arthur. I feel like Arthur just thinks that when we record, it's like way longer than we actually have been recording for.
When I
No,
talk,
it's just like I lose a sense of
I use
time.
a lot of long words that Arthur doesn't quite understand,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arthur doesn't understand a lot of
like
words.
altruism.
Yo no hablo inglés porque yo soy beaner.
I mean, you are. Dan's having a stroke.
Fuck, dude. I thought it was funny.
Taco burrito, nacho Dorito.
Hey, Arthur. Yo tengo una vaca loca en mis pantalones. Ja.
Laughs in Spanish.
That's dope. That's dope.
Anyways, Arthur, why don't you take the reins here and sort of speak about life?
So what was the topic again, Henry? Just live, life, and loss?
We were talking about the 3 L's of life.
Loss,
life, like that. This is sort of like a deeper, more human conversation. That very real. Also, come to my base, Henry.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Today we're getting hella emotional
for a second, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, if it wasn't clear enough, Henry and Sand are playing. Just wanted to clear that up really quickly, but
yeah,
they're playing
be
some Minecraft.
Though.
I was playing some VR at the very beginning because my brother is an awesome guy. But anyways, life, What about it? It's like airline food, What's up with airline food? What's up with life?
What's the deal with Arthur's life?
What's the deal with burger?
Burger.
What's the deal with Burger King foot lettuce? The last thing you want to see
in the UK burger is the United Kingdom's Burger King Twitter account saying lemon belong in the kitchen.
Is that Arthur's life? Question mark. Well, okay. Anyways, we're getting very distracted, as we all do.
So, if we're talking deeply about life and stuff like that, I mean,
let's talk about what life really means.
For me, what life really means, I guess if you're asking...
It was a joke! That's because you do that all the time! Don't actually do it! Please!
I was just going to explain the meaning of life. I was going to, or like what I believe it is. I wasn't going to go into the actual like meaning of it. But anyways, my life, I mean, honestly, I've had it pretty pretty good considering I look around at other people's problems and I realize that there's things that are much bigger than my issues that I could solve on myself if I just think a certain way or do something, you know? Like, I don't know, like maybe like getting over someone, like a family member that's passed away, or of course that's always going to be hard for everyone. Everyone experiences that. It's a very rough thing, but it's very common, and it's not the simplest thing to get over with, but it's something that you have to get used to eventually, and with the right mindset, I mean, it makes it easier. Or
Part
like
of
losing
living.
someone that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you can go, Sam. I was gonna keep
I'll
going on
finish
the
up.
rant.
I'll let you finish up what you were saying. Sorry.
Okay. Um, and like just losing connections with people, I guess, is also another sense of like a problem that, of course, everyone experiences. Literally everyone. But I think those are just the biggest problems that like that I experience that everyone else does that aren't the biggest
Look what I got in
problems
the
in the world.
furnace.
But to me, they're like my biggest thing. Because it's like I don't talk to this person anymore. They were a part of my life, and now they're gone. You know, it's like in a moment, everything just dissolves basically, like sugar and water. It was there, it's still somewhat there, but it's like it's gone in a second. You know, like there's remnants of it here and there, but everything's just gone. Uh, just dealing with problems like that in life just make me think, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. And it makes me go on to the next thing. And like I said, makes me realize that my problems aren't too big. But still, like everyone only experiences their life once. So of course, if they experience a problem, they're gonna be like, "Shit, this is really fucking horrible," you know? Like, "Oh my God, how am I gonna deal with this?" But it's like you can get help in a certain way for it, like to help
Yeah,
you with
there's
it.
therapy. There's therapy and stuff for people
Yeah,
who have lost like family
exactly.
members and stuff.
Uh huh.
But also a huge thing is not just like uh I think just realizing in your own way that loss is a part of life is hugely important to how you live as a person.
Mhm. Because it also like makes me realize that not everyone deals with the same things uh, the same way, you know? Everyone each
Yeah,
has their own way that they've been raised.
some people choose to do what I did, which is never solve the problems until it's too late. You know, you're already cracking and breaking over the problem at hand. Some people choose what I'm doing now, which is facing the problem head first and genuinely letting yourself feel like responsible for the problem and then tackling it and then living knowing that you you did the best that you could, and you know what, that's good enough. You are good enough to live like life.
Yeah.
This is just sad. Can we move on to love now?
We want to talk about love. I
Well,
mean,
Henry, you haven't talked about life yet.
I'm not talking about life, dude. I've already talked about it enough.
well, I mean, I
You
Well,
guess
already
you
we
kind
could.
heard
of like.
me. I was like canceling myself for this shit, dude. I was like,
Let,
hey, I did stupid shit in my life. And you're
I,
just like, well, no.
I could keep going for a little bit more. I mean, I won't get too depressive. Like, I could talk about like the good times and good experiences. I
Well,
mean, it'll still be sad.
the
Well, I mean,
thing
love
is,
is a part
life
of the
is
good experiences in life.
You guys want
sadness
to talk about
is
like the
as
first loves in our lives? Like the
I'm
first
just
people
saying,
that
when
we've been
people
with?
uh,
are okay, never put out names. Don't ever put out names.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, of
yeah,
course.
no,
Okay,
of
I'm
course not.
also I'm saying you don't have to actually like love this person. You could have just like been in a relationship with them. Like,
Yeah, I mean, when you said
like
love, I assume someone that you had like a
All
deep
your stuff
connection
is in
with
the
in life.
chest.
thanks.
I mean, we could talk about family members or whoever. You know, it doesn't really matter. But if Henry, you should go first because we already talked.
No, this is not my.
You're the
Please.
Okay,
host.
I'll you know what? I'll go first because if Henry isn't feeling comfortable with going first about this, then I will.
Okay.
Okay, time to talk about the life-changing moment that Sand had when he was 14.
No.
The thing that made me the way that I am today. How I became, familiar with the way that how my view of love was changed drastically from the age of 50, from like the age of like 13 pretty much.
So
So
Sans
when I was younger, like about like 13, 14, I had a huge crush on this girl, right?
Mhm.
And you know, we didn't really pursue anything, but because we're that young, you don't need to pursue anything when you're that young. You don't need to be in a relationship when you're like, you don't need to be in a relationship at any time, honestly. I don't understand why people feel like you should be in a relationship like all the time.
I'll explain to you my reasoning after you
Being in
go.
a
'Cause
relationship with yourself. Honestly, learn that self-love shit, then seek the affection of others. Because honestly, once you learn to love yourself, it starts to become a lot easier to get over the heartbreak that could come from loving others, as well as it just makes you more. I don't know. It makes you seem. I don't know more. I don't know, but just let yourself feel like love for yourself before you go into something with somebody. It makes life a lot easier to live. My personal experience, but anyways,
that was depressing. Thanks.
she and I got along pretty well. And by the end of like 6th grade, we were pretty much, like we were pretty much dating. We saw each other a lot, and so we just decided to maybe try something out. I don't know, sort of big shrug moment. I was like about
Humble
now,
brag.
like when I was 14.
Mhm.
So this was the first person I'd ever dated, and I didn't know how this shit worked. So I just sort of tried my best, and I wasn't too great at. I wasn't great at it, but I
Nobody is their first time.
Literally
that
tried,
applies for
man.
many things. Anyways,
Shut up. First human individual.
anyways, she and I just decided it was a good thing to maybe have something, but at the end of the day, things got to this point where it was getting a little bit more serious, right? And I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Stan, you don't
Fall.
gotta keep
Whatever.
talking about it, man. You're like, I feel like
I know.
you're
I'm off
getting
track.
upset about it.
It's okay. I'm just remembering things. Just like. Anyways, long story short, she pretty much lied to me about having feelings about me,
Hmm.
right? To just like wrap up the story, and that kicked me in the tail.
Your tail furry
Because
cringe.
as a 13-year-old, you don't like if somebody lies to you about having a feelings for you, you're just gonna fucking crash because like that shit hurted.
That is true.
And that changed how I thought of love for like the rest of my current life, if I'll be honest. Because that whole like during that time, I was still growing, as a person. And
Hmm.
it was frustrating and depressing, and I went through so much trying to reason out why this had happened. What was wrong with me, right? Why did this person have to feel that way to have to lie to me? And what I had learned from her is she already had a boyfriend at the time.
Sam.
Oh yeah, I got Caterino'd. Anyways.
Jesus.
Uh,
Fucking asshole.
no, but for real. She already had a boyfriend at the time that we were gonna be a thing. Not only that, but she had this, like, I don't know, like kink or whatever, turn on whatever, I don't fucking know. That was like, oh hey, like hurting people turns me on. I'm like, the fuck?
What?
The yucky.
Yeah, making
yucky
people.
one?
Yeah, she's like some sort of megalomaniac, and
Megalovania? I love
I
dude,
was, I
love
was like,
Santa.
shut your fucking mouth, dude. I swear on God, I'm gonna strangle you.
Anja.
That God?
on
God, you mean that?
on jaw triple extentation.
On John Travolta.
Poo eye semen nacho feather leather coat. Yeah.
Suicide.
Anyways, um, at this point, after learning that, I thought I could help her. I was like, can we at least be friends and shit? Because I thought this could be helped. And she's like, no, I only did this to fucking hurt you. I'm like, base.
Yeah, exactly what she said.
Yeah, pretty much what she messaged me was, I'm only doing this to hurt you. I only really did this to hurt you. I'm not sorry.
Wow.
I never will be. And that just fucking killed me for my entire life. I never really properly learned how to trust people. I was very, very, very rigid towards actual human experience, so much to the point where I just like wouldn't talk to anybody, and people started to dislike being around me because of that. And I didn't care. I want people to not, feel bad for me or anything. And so I never talked about my experience. I never shared it before, and that's why sharing it now is very hard for me.
Hey, you're still doing it, you know? Smile.
Yeah, I am still doing it. You're right. But I'm sharing this experience with people has been the most challenging thing, because I mean, y'all are not therapists. Y'all don't need to be my personal therapist.
We don't need to, but we like to listen. Or I do, at least,
Dude, I need to be your therapist, dude.
Hey Henry, come here. I have something for you.
Because if you put therapist and you put a space, yeah.
Dude, it's THE. It's T. Their apis. Dude, what the heck, dude? Why don't they like monkeys?
It's the E and the R.
Why don't
dude.
they like monkeys? Why are they apis?
That's dope, dude. I fix it. Fix the
Anyways,
joke.
any um as
Say- Hey, you're
us. So
my guy.
couple too.
3.
Yeah, that's why.
So
Dope.
Okay, so basically, I guess I'll talk about my first love, quote unquote, first. And then I'll talk
It doesn't
about one
have to
more
be
thing.
love. It can just be like
I know, but I just feel like it's a little fitting.
People say it's love and it's really not.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I guess you could call this not because I mean I was still a kid.
Still a kid.
I know, but when I was a much smaller kid, a much smaller child. But
like how much?
fourth to sixth grade.
Oh, okay,
Basically.
really is in
You
like
know,
fourth, like
thing
like
about
my
like
sixth
children is
grade
that they
crush.
don't.
This was a completely different girl who did nothing wrong. I did the wrong thing, and that changed my whole. Anyways,
But going on
I
is
told you
like
guys Stan's an egotist.
I'm a Leo. What can I say?
I'm an asparagus. Fuck you. But I guess this just started back when I lived before I moved. Basically, I'm not gonna say where because I don't care.
Doxed.
But
Doxed, dude.
true. I'm gonna get doxxed. They know my address and my IP. But
Dude, they know
before I
my
moved
IP, dude.
before I moved to my current town, I went to this elementary school, and it was pretty cool, honestly. Like the lunches were cool and everything, but I grew up here for like the end of like third grade up until I think it was early fifth grade, possibly. Yeah, early fifth grade to like the almost like the end of the school year. Yeah, like midway. I'm just gonna say till midway of the fifth grade. But back at my old elementary school, I had this one girl, right? I thought she was like the silliest thing because I think she had like I don't know if she was like English or something, like British, because she had like this really strong accent, right?
Oh, she British.
She British,
She gonna
but
stab you, cat.
but like I always thought, oh, funny accent, haha, we're friends. I'm not gonna make fun of her for it, but like, cool, I guess. We
I
basically
am.
like I basically like the first time I ever talked to her was I approached her, I think, in the lunch cafetorium because I had nowhere else to sit and the whole place was crowded, and I sat next to her and she started talking to me and we were like, okay, cool. We're kids. We like doing shit, I guess. So like we started hanging out like a lot more often, like not every day, but every chance that we usually got. And there was this tree in the far back corner of this yard that no one really went to because it was too far of a walk, I guess, for everyone to get to class. But me, her, and this other little Mexican kid that used to be our friend, used to be my friend, I guess, our friend, uh, hung out. Like it was just the three of us. I thought, oh, we got our own little squad going on, two little Mexicans and the one British girl. It's like, oh, it's this funny sitcom moment. But basically, I hung out with her every day, and I don't know, like some moments made me like really think about, wow, she's really funny and cool. I wonder if I can talk to her after school and all that stuff. That's when that was like around the time I got my first phone ever, which was really awesome. I got her number and everything, but like we started talking a while after school, we just messaged each other random stuff and it was just magical to me because it's like, wow, I can talk to my friends after school. I don't have to go over to their places or anything. I don't have to ask them one day, oh, can you ask your parents this? And if they say, okay, okay, tell me the next day. And then that next day, I'll tell my mom. And then if they say yes, we can go. And it takes like 4 days or whatever. But, anyways, off
Excuse
track.
me. That was the ascended way to live life. I would know. Anyway.
I mean, that's how basically everyone would do it, and that's just the way to sum it up. But it was like I didn't have to go through the hassle of that. I could just ask them immediately and the next day if we wanted to, boom, instant hangout. But the thing with her is that I like even before school started, I always try getting there early so I can say hi to her. And I always thought, oh, she's a really cool friend. I really like her as a friend. But, in reality, I now that I look back at it, I was like, I don't know if I'd
Wanted
call it
to
love,
bump.
but yeah, totally was when I was a fucking fourth grader.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. But it's just I had really deep feelings for her because every morning I would ask her if she had something to eat. If she didn't, our school gave out honey buns to kids who had like this morning breakfast like pass thing. Her family didn't get it for her. I don't know why, but I would get breakfast and I would split it with her. It was just like I guess looking back, I guess I would call it the cutest thing that I've done.
You're a
But
simp.
yeah, I'm a simp.
You can't
Thanks
use
for
that
monkey.
word, Henry.
Oh yeah, we're
Day
canceled.
one.
Oh wait, this isn't Switch. We're not on Twitch, so it's all good.
Yeah, but you still can't use it.
But I like fast forward like a year. It's almost the end of the last of fifth grade, and it's my going away party basically because my mom brought cupcakes. I don't know why we thought that was party worthy, but I brought cupcakes for my class. I told them, hey, it's not the end of the school year, but I'm leaving from here, and I don't know where I'm moving to. And I don't know how I'll keep in contact with you guys, but I hope you're all okay after a while. Of course, they didn't say that. I just said, I'm going to miss you all, blah, blah, blah. And at this point, I kind of realized that I liked this girl, but I never told her. So, like, the last day, I was walking away, and I saw her walking away with the little Mexican kid that we always hung out with. And, like, watching her walk away was like, oh, well, I didn't tell her. But now that I'm older, I look back at it and I'm thinking, why did I not tell her? Why did I not chase after her? It's like a cliche scene from like a TV show.
Because you were in fifth grade.
Arthur,
Yeah, but
that reminds me of the story that I have about my sixth grade crush, but I'm gonna let you continue. I'm sorry, I have a lot of stories.
you're good. You're
My
good. Don't
brother
worry.
let me talk at all. He hates me.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to.
No,
Yeah.
because you don't want to talk.
It's called host privileges.
I was
Oh, that's true.
letting you guys go first because you seem so intrigued on that poopy.
Poopy, haha,
Yeah, I
funny and
am
stinky.
so intrigued on it. Yeah, poopy.
Yeah, he gets
But-
it.
You got it.
But anyways,
But-
Henry, would
Great.
you like to address your
Is Arthur done?
Almost. I mean, I'm literally at the end, but it's just that I think it was a couple years ago. I think I was like 15. Like in the middle of the night, I just suddenly like remembered all the memories I had with her, and it was like the saddest thing because I'm like, it's something that's gonna be on my mind for the rest of my life. And I'm gonna look back at it and think, fuck, why didn't I do it? But it's like I was a kid. What do I expect? I'm still hoping that someday I might see her, and that I'll be able to tell her. But she probably won't even
Sure, so
remember
she
or care.
finds out.
Right? Imagine this
Wait till
YouTube videos how they find out. I'm just gonna get a random DM in my
She's
Instagram, just like, hey,
the
so like,
podcast listener, Avid.
God,
Hey,
the odds.
big fan. I remember.
I remember. Well, she doesn't know, but like, whatever. I mean, point being, just I'm gonna regret it for the rest of my life. It's just if you want to seize a moment, do it. Like regardless of what it is, because if you don't do it, you're gonna regret it.
Great because you guys don't know what the hell's going on.
The thing is,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
you.
you're
My thoughts on like child relationships is just they won't work. I'm sorry, they just
well,
won't.
yeah, but still, it's like for me, it's the idea of not doing it that pisses me off. It's
No,
like
I know what
you-
Arthur's saying it. He's not saying it the right way.
what am I saying then?
So you're saying it as if you just didn't do it. That's why it's pissing you off. It's the fact that if you were dating, or because you feel like if you weren't dating that person, you'd lose them. like regardless of where you would go, if you were dating, you would still have contact with that person. But if you're not dating, you're losing them forever.
I guess. I guess that'd be the way to put it. Point being, I just regret not talking to them that one last time and keeping in contact, I guess, for a while. But whatever,
So,
past is the past.
girl, if you
Whatever.
stumble across this video, hey, what's up, bro? 1738. Hit Arthur up, give him a big old hit Arthur up. You should hit him up. That'd be dope.
Give them big
Yo,
old
British
smiles.
women. Also, if my first crush hears this, I want you to know I'm sorry for everything if I affected your life in any sort of way poorly.
Wow, this is getting really deep. Holy shit, Henry, Henry? Do you have a story? Because Sand,
Henry,
I like you have a
Henry,
great
tell
story,
your
but
story.
I'm sorry, I don't want to get
No,
too
no, no,
deep
no,
into
no,
it.
no, 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 no. It's okay. No, 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 no. I don't want to tell my story.
What
Anybody else?
grade? Which grade?
Please talk.
What grade? Which grade? Oh, I'll tell
What
you what the
grade?
story of my second girlfriend.
Oh
So,
yeah.
oh yeah. So what's it called? I went to church camp.
Oh no. Church
It was
camp.
it was actually pretty dope, not gonna lie. And so I had like this friend group. We had like a squad, you know. I was the cool one because I would win in hide or like what's it called? I was not
Hide
the
and
cool
go
one, by the way.
seek.
No, it was a infection hide and go seek.
Oh, the Chadwick, the supreme way.
Yeah, it was like pitch black, and I was wearing a black hoodie and black pants, and I just like hid next to a big old, you know, like the chained, not chained, it's like a fence, but it's like for like you know a baseball
Yeah,
field
the chain link
fence
fence.
behind the pit or the batter's area, so the ball doesn't go past.
Yeah,
I just laid down next to that, and nobody found me.
Chad.
That's how I was a Chad. But also, so this girl, like, uh, she said my head looked like a grape. It's funny. I was like, okay, I
And
guess
to be fair, it still does.
thanks. I know. I'm so fat. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, anyways, so, this one Chad who was like a beefy, like he was like an athletic dude, and I was like the nerdy guy, you know, like the cliche. Oh yeah, he doesn't get women. Okay, and so I thought they were gonna be a thing because like they kind of seemed like they were hitting it off and stuff. And so they acted like they were a thing, and I feel like the guy thought they were a thing. Um, but yeah. So what happened is at the end of the last day, she was like, "Hey, can I get your number?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure," because like we were friends, and like you don't want to like lose friends that you made at church camp. Woo! Yeah, I love church camp. Whatever. So she
I love
like
Jesus and everything
had
he has done for the sinners.
me like being dumb, like laying on the floor in the grass, making a stupid face because I was tired, and we were leaving. So yeah, that was she did that. We would like text like all the time. I had a flip phone, and I was like the coolest kid on the block. And then so what happened is like I was texting her. I was like, "Oh, how are you and the guy that she was like a thing with?" She was like, "I don't even like him," and I was like, "Oh, why?" And then she was like, "Oh, cause like he's not my type," and I was like, "Dope, that's fresh. That's where it's at." Why? Yeah, I'm like the dumb kid. Okay, I'm the stupid one that asks the stupid questions. So,
But you
whatever.
weren't stupid for asking these questions because you were straight balling, bro.
Yeah, and then she was like, Or no, I was like, wait, why don't you like him? And she's like, because I like you. And I was like, oh, dope, fresh, why? Like,
Same.
from the day that girls started saying that they like me, I would always ask why. Because I don't, because I look at myself in such a poor light that I don't see anyone else seeing me in a good light that they would want to actually like be with me. You know, I'm kind of a hateful person towards. I'm an emo dude. I'm so emo and edgy. But she was like, "Yeah, I like you," and I was like, "Dope, I like you too, by the way." And then she was like, "Cool." And we live like 300 miles away. She was like, "You want to date?" And I was like, "Sure." But
So your first relationship was a long distance one, huh?
second.
Second
I,
relationship was a long distance relationship.
yeah, and that didn't work out. But yeah, it was still pretty fun, I guess. It was mostly just me being awkward because I usually am. That's
I
my
mean, that's how you're gonna be in like 5th grade, is awkward as fuck.
I was in 7th grade.
Well, still, that's how you're gonna be in 7th grade, is awkward as fuck. Doesn't change.
Oh yeah, I was in 7th grade. Yeah, I was in 7th grade. I was not a freshman yet. Because I remember that I started going to school where I moved up to after I went to church camp. Woo! Yeah.
Hashtag Jesus. Y'all blessing up for Jesus out here?
Dan, what's your next story about love? Because this is a good topic.
Love is actually a good topic, and this one's gonna be on a more
Happier?
no.
Awesome.
No, I'll talk a bit. I'm gonna talk a bit more about. I want to talk about a bit more about my first crush,
Why? It's gonna be
because
sad.
it's an important life-changing moment for me.
Sans said
Because
Pogger.
I said, because she liked me. She knew I liked her. I knew she liked me, and she was moving to another place at the moment. So to spare, there is a quote by Ra's al Ghul in the movie Batman Begins, which is one of my favorite
Watch that
franchises of all
last night.
time, where he says this. All right, I'm not gonna try to remember.
Isn't it Ra's al Ghul?
It's
Ra's al
Roz.
Ghul.
It's either Raish or Roz, doesn't matter. But
Rage.
that
I've played.
impossible. But anyways, it's that impossible anger strangling the grief until the memory of your loved one is just poison in your vein. And one day you catch yourself wishing the person you loved had never existed, so you'd be spared your pain. And that's pretty much the story of this story.
Sin
Is I
Christ.
wish I could go I wish I could go back and say yes, but I feel like things would have ended so poorly, regardless of what I do. And so I had this anger that just lived inside me for so long. I never knew how to properly deal with. I mean, I flipped tables when I was younger. Hashtag anybody in my lifetime who remembers the time where I flipped the table in middle school, shout out. Um,
Shout out table flippers, dude.
but anyways, now it's the story of my first crush. Is pretty much I said no when I was asked. I really did like her. I said no because she was moving away, and I wanted to spare her the grief of, you know, trying to go through all that. I thought about things like that when I was younger. I guess I was being raised by parents who are kind of older makes you more mature when you're young, but it has these side effects of just never feeling like you're good enough. I mean, that can come with any parent, but like particularly older ones are always care about the shit that like doesn't matter.
Sand really said no to his crush just to spare her feelings, dude. That's like a Chad moment right there. Like the
Man,
whole like
literally,
combination of like
oh my
gentleman.
Curry.
like no joke, like Sans like base, red pilled, absolutely like gentleman,
His penis is
pure
huge.
gentleman,
It's
precisely.
huger. That's a word.
I mean, I haven't gotten any complaints.
But your penis or your gamer skills?
Either. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about that first one. Anyways.
Yeah, because your gamer skills suck, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, then tell me why we've won every single time we play Apex with me. Idiot.
Every single time, once.
No, we won.
Once.
No, we've won like 3 times together.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Then tell me why we have 2 Apex
wins
wins together.
Okay, Sam. There's
Almost
literally
3.
no proof.
Damn, that's almost 3. That's crazy.
There's no proof.
Dude, 2 plus 1? Guys,
7.
this might be a little crazy, but it's 3.
7. 7.
7.
7.
7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7. Anyways,
Just making a JoJo's
Arthur, do you have
reference.
another story?
I do, but can you give me like 5 minutes really quickly? I'm doing something for my
Yeah, I'll
mom.
tell my story then.
Okay. Henry, go ahead and tell yours then.
It also relates to loss, but it's fine.
Like the funny meme where it goes up, down, to the left, to the right.
So, one of my ex-girlfriends, like, this is a sad story, Sand. Kinda. So, like, I don't remember how long we dated for, but it was pretty good. No, she was pretty dope. I don't know what she's doing now. I hope she's not listening because that would make me feel bad. But if you are, what's
She's an
up?
avid listener.
Talk shit
What's
if you're
up,
listening.
G? Yo.
Definitely not gonna talk shit. I will not, because like it's not necessary. So like, yeah. So this is how she broke up with me. Okay. So, it was finals week.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I had just finished. So I was in my mom's classroom. Okay. I just finished my I think it's chemistry, my chemistry final, and because we usually hang out at break or whatever, like lunch or break. I don't remember which one it was. Like she comes in the classroom. I was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "We need to talk." And I was like, "Why? Why? What did I do wrong?" She's like, "You didn't do anything wrong." And I was like, "Then why the fuck? What? Then what? Why? Then why are you doing this?" And she's like, she was saying how like it's because she feels like she I forget exactly why, but she was like struggling, and she made it seem like it was kind of my fault, and I was like, "Oh, well, dope, that's great." Like, no, it wasn't too like it was pretty bad, but it wasn't like that bad. But like, yeah, it was great. But
Nothing. I'll say later.
you find diamonds.
Just keep. No, I didn't.
I found diamonds. Okay, so what happened is like, yeah, she did that, and then I was like, cool, whatever. So later on, after we finished dating, I dated my now ex-girlfriend. Like I was like hanging out with her more. Like I was becoming like big friends with her. Like I was friends with her while I was dating my ex. That sounds bad. My ex. Yeah, there we go. But
Temptation.
like, there's 3 exes. So yeah, whatever. And then it was like she like told her friends that I was like cheating on her with the girl that I was just talking about.
What the fuck?
like while me and her were dating, and I was like, oh, okay. Or some
That's kind of toxic for what?
I no, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I understand like why she would say it because like she was kind of hurt because like at the time when I started dating. Okay, so no, what happened is I started. It was after I started dating my ex girlfriend that she said that to her friends, and they came after me. Well, they didn't come after me, but like they said stuff to me, and I was like, okay, that's not true, but okay. Based for why, and then so what happened is like I was like, so okay, so what happened is after me and my ex girlfriend broke up, I started to like become more interested in the chick that I was friends with at the time, my ex girlfriend, and I was like, I told her I liked her or whatever, and then she was like, yeah, I like you too or whatever, or no, she said she didn't like me back, and I was like, okay, and she's like, but we can still stay friends. I was like, cool. And at the time, my ex girlfriend was like, "Oh, I still like you," and I was like, "Oh, dope, I guess." And then I was like, "Well, she said that like a little bit after," and then my ex girlfriend, who just said she didn't like me, like a month later, she was like, "Oh, I like you as well," and I was like, "Oh, this is a hard decision." Then I chose my ex girlfriend because like I already had like a track record with the one before, and I was like, I'm not about to get heartbroken again. I don't want to go through that. So I chose my ex girlfriend, and then so she she asked me why, and I told her a reason, and she got mad at that reason. She said she wouldn't get mad, and then she got mad. Oh, no, like hard feelings, by the way. I'm just trying to tell a
I was
story.
mad.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. I just feel like I shouldn't have dated anybody at the time because I hurt people in the process. It was mostly my fault, but you know, whatever. I don't have a girlfriend now, so if you're single and you like,
People who
yeah, if
do
you're
the bare
single,
minimum work
All
for
skinny blonde drummer boys. He's your
yeah,
man.
not skinny. I'm big. I'm 200 pounds, dude. 6'3" MF, dude. I'm big boy.
Yeah, but
I'm not
you're
like
tall
fat,
at least.
and I'm broad. Like I'm broad shoulders.
dude. Henry is a fine broad.
That
Yeah,
man is
I'm.
sexy.
I would say that mostly ties into loss.
He's like a horse.
Well,
Yeah,
like you did love them in like a
Don't look
certain
into
way,
that.
right? But
I,
like,
I mean, I technically did love like not like in the sexual way. I loved all the people that I dated because
well, of
like,
course.
except for a couple. Don't worry. Um, not the people I talked about. I still love those people. Like I love them as like human beings. I love everybody except for Shane Dawson. I don't know. I was gonna say
And
something
his
else.
cat.
No, we
Crazy.
love the cat. We feel bad for the cat.
We really out here hating Harry Styles. Let's go.
I don't even know why they hate him, but it's like whatever.
He's gay.
But
When you think about it, like that's such a stupid thing to hate. Is just like modern pop stars that just kind of suck.
everything sucks as of lately. But what can you do about it?
You suck. Okay, San, we're talking about Lost now. Go.
So you want me to talk about my some of my first experiences with Lost?
So like
Dude, I
the
don't
biggest
care.
All right,
I have
experiences
no
for
so
you.
what
feedback.
Lost? Here's how what I'm gonna say about Lost. All right. So have you ever seen so it's this comic book. No, it's not this comic book. It's this comic, right? That starts out with a man, right, entering a hospital door, and
I'm gonna
he
leave.
goes to the receptionist at the hospital, and he discusses something with the receptionist at the hospital. Now, then he goes to a doctor who he discusses things with, and then goes to see his wife in a bed, in like the hospital bed, and that is Lost. Hello?
Yeah, we're still here, but God.
Do you like my definition of lost?
I stopped listening at towards some point, and I just tuned it out, and then you said hello, and I was like, oh, he's done. Oh
Okay,
my
but
God.
actually, my real genuine experience with loss. I guess I'll talk about the first loss I guess I ever suffered was the loss of my pet bird.
Poor
It made
peepers.
me confront death when I was only a young boy. I'm
Jesus.
I w- I'm just gonna say this for the audience. I think I'm very emotionally intelligent. At least I think. Like I don't
Bigot.
know if I'm very
Bigot.
emotionally intelligent.
You're a bigot
Bigot?
because,
How?
yeah, because it's 2021 and I can use that word. I'm just kidding. No.
But anyways, I guess I'm a bigot for being emotionally intelligent and white, but um
Like,
I
what do you
feel
mean
like I'm
by
very
intelligent emotionally? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off
I
like
mean
that, but
emotion not emotionally intelligent, but like I'm very attached to my emotions, right? I know
okay.
myself very well. I know how to deal with things because of things that I've been through. I know I have coping mechanisms in place for things that happened because of like things that happened to me in childhood, like having these childhood memories and just being hurt and feeling
Hmm.
this sort of pain that just lasts in your heart. This uncomparable rage and anger that comes from like a very upsetting loss, right? But I get
Hmm.
but not to get distracted. My first loss was my pet, right, and that seems really stupid when I say it, and but all loss is valid. It doesn't matter if you lost I don't know. I guess in my case, a bird or a fish. If you're gonna be sad over a loss, that's okay. Just know that if you let it's what you do after the loss what affects my opinion. But anyways, I I remember tackling these like really hefty kind of emotions that were set in my head, and it was upsetting that these emotions were happening because I didn't know. I would cry sometimes, even though my bird was really nasty and mean to my family, I still had good memories, right?
Yeah.
And so I was sad, so I wrote about it, like in like third grade or whatever. But like that loss had a huge effect on me because he was like kind of my first pet I'd ever really interacted with as a kid,
Hmm.
and the loss of the first pet sucks. Just this it weighs hard on you. It weighs hard on you, you know.
I guess I would kind of go for any pet, but yeah, it's like
Yeah, I
if
mean
that was the
it
first pet
doesn't
you've
matter if
ever
it's your
had.
40th pet or your first pet. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I would understand completely because I had a pet that passed away too, and it was like my first pet. Like he was basically just belonged to me. But I get that, like losing something like that permanently and just not realizing as a kid, but then coming to the realization and just thinking that what oh they're there. It's like, oh wait, no they're not. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's like, damn, fuck. Well, I miss it, you know. And you just it's just not a very nice feeling. If I'm pretty sure almost everyone's owned some kind of pet at some point, but like, still, it's like, damn, you just lost like a friend, basically, almost a family member if you kept them around all the time. But I don't know, man. It's like I can't explain the feeling well because it's not something that can be explained. I guess it's just something that you would, I guess, just get to know once it happens.
Yeah, I mean, loss happens to everybody. Loss is a natural part of living, and if you don't learn how to accept, not just only accept loss, but also be able to confront it and be able to rationalize your own life with it, then you will be able to grow as a. But if you don't rationalize yourself with any part of the past, especially losses and such, you will never be able to get over anything. You'll just sort of be stuck in this sort of funk where you're just not letting yourself get over these past traumas, and that can be very hard to get over past traumas, I would know. You just have to let yourself heal. You have to allow yourself the time to consider that you've been, stuck in this sort of loop of feeling bad for yourself for X amount. And that is something that I have dealt with personally, is trying to confront the fact that, I'm not the best person. I never was. I never thought I was, but I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody will ever expect you to be. You're not going to be perfect on the first try, and you can't save anybody from death when it comes down to it. But what you can do is learn to move on and live life as though as a memory, you know?
Mm-hmm. Fuck, man, this got really deep.
Because they're memories.
God.
Don't be regretful over it being deep. I mean,
No, I'm not regretful. It's like fuck, a lot of things
it's
going
in,
on, but it's a
I have
wonderful thing to know.
I
story.
think what we should say is should be impactful. We made this to to be like a fun be a funny, right? But
Hmm.
we also made this because we wanted to share our thoughts. We wanted to talk, and having this open space for me to sort of just talk about my issues allows me a much better and much formative way of dealing with. Stop!
How long have you been reading? Are you okay?
No, I'm
I'm
yelling
just
at Henry
punching
to
the shit
stop.
out of Sand right
Oh yeah, they do be playing Minecraft though.
Oh, I'm
Can't
dubious.
forget that.
Very dubious. You're coming to me. No. No.
Can you give me
Oh,
all my
got
stuff back?
him. Yes. You got diamonds?
I did.
Okay, well, I think we've just gone a little over an hour just now. I feel like we should wrap it up here.
Wow. Can't even go past an hour.
I
What do you
feel like we
mean? We just oh, okay. Unless you guys want to keep going, I don't know.
You
What do you
didn't
I'm
guys want
talk
to
good.
do?
about you?
I'm game to finish what I was saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't
Okay.
finish
Yeah. Sorry about
that.
that.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. But to wrap it up a lot quicker, to wrap it up quickly, I feel like as though if you don't deal with the experience of life, you'll never be able to in the sort of way that is healthy and conducive to, living.
Hmm. Just gotta experience shit.
You gotta
You've got to
fail.
experience life to become better.
I mean, you gotta experience failure.
To be better.
You have to experience loss to experience love. You have to experience intense emotions to become something greater than you once were.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't read Lost yet, you can't experience life at all.
Well, you can experience life if you've never. That's not
No,
what I
you
was
guys, as a joke.
at all. You've completely misconstrued the.
Oh, you said the joke before. The Lost
Is this
joke?
Lost?
Yeah, Lost.
Yeah, I made the lost joke first. I know. I took the L.
He was the first one. He was the first one to say it. Nobody else can say it ever.
Nope.
Was this
my
Lost?
joke. Is it?
Feeling
Dude, Lost was the original Among Us.
is.
Basically.
But anyway, to wrap this up, you will be, if you're lost and alone, come here. Come to the podcast. Come listen. Come take a listen. Don't be alone, because you're not.
Go to Sam's
You're not
house.
alone. In this world, in loss and death, you aren't alone. Confront your emotions. Don't take time with it. And most of all, be kind to the world around you. Even
Even if it treats you like shit.
even with hardship, even with traumatic experiences, live as though you are live a whole life. Anyway, thank you.
I'm sorry, but I was having a hard time not laughing because that sounded like something that one of my old preachers would say at the end of his sermon. Like they were screaming.
They were just giving a life lesson at the end of the sermon.
Yeah, live
But
your screaming.
anyways, bros,
Oh.
like and subscribe if you want to brofist me in IRL.
Hey, no. Henry is our host. He has to do it. He's our host.
Like and subscribe if you want to fist my gaping asshole.
There you go. That's the end of it right there.
Oh no, that's not our ending, please.
That's
all
our
right.
ending. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us on the Bare Minimum Podcast, and I guess we will see you next time. Alrighty. Bye bye.
Bro fist. Yo, chat,
Bye.
pound it.
Bye. Bye.
Pound it, chat.